Praise the Lord.
We won't be tired in that land, friends.
That's right.
Amen.
Right.
We won't be tired over there.
No more sickness,
No.
no more sorrow.
No confusion, nothing.
Hallelujah.
No death.
Sick, no death. No.
Praise God.
It's real.
That's right, brother.
Amen. Praise God. Page 240. When the roll is called up yonder. When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and time shall be no more, and the morning breaks eternal right and fair. When the sinners shall gather over on the other shore, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. And when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. On that bright and cloudless morning, when the dead in Christ shall rise, and the glory of His resurrection share, when His chosen ones shall gather together home beyond the skies, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. Sing it! And when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. Let us labor for the Master from the dawn to the setting sun. Let us talk of all His wondrous love and care. Then when all of life is over and our work on earth is done, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. And when the roll is called up yonder, 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 I'll be there. What I want us to do, I always like acapella singing. If we could sing that chorus and let all the lady folks sing with me on this. When I just repeat with me the echo, I'll be there. You heard what I was singing? You lady folks sing with me on that. And then what I want us to do, at the end, I'll ask Elizabeth on the last line to join in and we'll finish it up, okay? But let's give us a chord here, honey. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder. When the roll is called up yonder, let's sing it again. Come on, sing it. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Give the Lord glory this day. This is what Brother Fred said to do. The Spirit of God wants to move. It's a glorious time for us. Amen.
Praise God.
These memorial services have a tone of sadness.
All right.
Touch our hearts. We feel for Brother Friend. Can't be in Germany, couldn't be there. But you know what? It's a reminder to us that's living, that's saved.
Thank God.
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Better time of
There's a better time coming, and the best is yet to come.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Glory to
I
God.
praise your name.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Friends.
Thank God for it. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Praise.
First, on behalf of the family, those that here and those that couldn't be here with us today, we certainly want to tell you thank you. Thank you for praying for us. Thank you for coming. I haven't been very emotional through all this. It's a little hard when there's 1,100 miles between you and the happenings. But I had a feeling when I got up here the nerves were going to hit, so y'all just have to pray for me. But thank you for coming and being here. Some were hindered by sickness and work and different things, but we appreciate the prayers, we appreciate the love and concern. There is a register book out there. We certainly would love you to be sure to sign it if you didn't get a chance on your way in. So when we look back, we know who was here with us today. And we certainly thank all those that pitched in to provide the meal today. Please stay. There's plenty, I'm sure, and fellowship with us, and we'll enjoy that time together. So thank you for that. Somebody had the thought that Brother Friend was going to be a part of this service, and I thought, y'all don't know my husband. Very emotional person. He barely made it through his daddies. He had to help preach his daddies a couple years ago. And so I knew that wasn't going to happen. His mom had actually asked him to preach her funeral several years ago, over 10 years ago. She had some health scares a couple times, and he actually did that, put it on cassette, sent it over to Germany to her. And so when the time came, they were trying to find it, didn't know, so a friend helped us out, got it on CD, we got it emailed to his cousin, and it was played that day. And he had thought about playing it today, but it wasn't really intended for this audience. It was really more for those people there. Germany's got a different culture in a lot of ways, a lot of religious traditions and things, and he felt like it was a message for that time, but not necessarily for this one. So felt like somebody needed to speak on behalf of the family. It actually came to me when he first started talking about memorial service, but I didn't say anything. I thought, well, we'll just see what happens. And when he decided that, I said, well, I feel like somebody that knew her should certainly share some thoughts. And I'm trying not to talk long, but just to share what came to my heart. Wish y'all could have been in my dreams. I've dreamed this through like several times in the past couple of weeks. It sounded really good. It's one of those you wish that you could attach a recorder to your brain, and there it is, and y'all just had wonderful thoughts. So I made myself just a few little notes. I don't know if it'll help me or not. But I always said that I had the best in-laws. When we got married, one was 1,100 miles this way, and one was 1,100 miles this way over an ocean. Or 60, however many miles it was. Anyway, there was a distance there, you know. Now, that didn't stop the fact that I had Helga with me a couple of weeks, or a couple of days before the wedding. And we went away to the mountains for a couple of days and came back, and I had Helga with me a couple of weeks after we got married. So certainly got a chance to know her, love her, appreciate her. And we did get one chance to go to Germany in the intervening years back in 2005 and spent a couple of weeks with her right for her 70th birthday. And got to thoroughly enjoy that trip. There's some pictures of traveling there across that if you care to look at those. But I guess when I think of my mother-in-law, I was thinking, you know, when you pass away, you wonder what people can think about you, what they're going to say, what they're going to remember, you know. We were talking about somebody at the house this week, and we're like, oh yeah, remember they used to do that. Or this is the characteristic you remember of them. And my mother-in-law didn't always get everything right in life. I don't think most of us do. I'm sure she would tell you that there were some things that she regretted, some things she might have done differently in her life. But if I remember anything about her, it'll be that she loved. And she had a way of making you feel very important to her, even though we weren't there physically a lot with her. The letters and oh, she would write. I could never keep up with as many letters as she sent. I was like, call her. Just call her. And she always wanted to try to remember our birthdays and Christmas. She would start 5-6 months in advance, and she was out somewhere. She'd find something, she'd wrap it up. This is for this person for Christmas. This. She'd go buy a box, she'd pack it, she'd unpack it, make sure it could fit through customs and all this. She took a lot of time with it because she wanted to show us that she loved us. And even when she found out, for the longest time, she kept sending us chocolate, and neither one of us eat chocolate. And we finally had to say, Mom, really, save your postage. We don't. We'll give it to the people at the church, or give it to this one. Vanderbilt Terry likes German stuff, so they were beneficiary. Said she'd send gummy bears for the kids at church, and so she just wanted to share. She didn't have a whole lot, but she wanted to pass that love along. If you went to stay with her, Daniel has a cousin that went over. He'd go off ever so often. He's retired now. And when you got there, she wouldn't hardly let you do anything. She took care of everything, the arrangements, the meals, wherever you went, she just treated you just so hospitable. And just, she just loved the people to come and then she could take care of them. And that meant a lot to her. That was part of the reason she went back to Germany after Daniel's folks' divorce, was to take care of her mother. Her picture's down here, and she ended up in a nursing home her last few years. And his mom would go there and take her clothes and take care of her business, and right to the very end. And even afterwards, she'd go and put fresh flowers, at the grave and things. So they're reunited today. They actually buried her ashes there with her mom. So whoever you were in her life, she loved you, and she took her best to show you that she did. And even at the end, we got the call in a very weird roundabout God way that she was even in the hospital on Monday, and found out she had cancer. And it was Wednesday. The doctor wanted Daniel to be able to talk to his mom, so it was Wednesday before he got to talk to her. And she was feeling a little strong that day. They'd given her some medicine to help with the pain and stuff. And so he got to talk to her then. He got to talk to her again the next day just for a few minutes, and then we never could get back through on the phone Friday. And then Saturday morning she had passed. And people were like, oh, y'all need to go. We need to make a way for y'all to go. But his mama said, do not come. Do not come. And I know some people would probably think that was really weird or strange. Why do you didn't want her there? But to me, it's because she loved. She knew it was a hardship, financially, physically, in all kinds of ways, just getting all that together for him and his brother. So to me, even to the end, she was showing she loved him and she cared for him. And I appreciate that. We're coming up on 24 years of marriage in December. And I'm thankful for those years that we had her with us. And I'll just leave you with the words to part of a song that sort of inspired this. I think it's an old one by Jeff Cherry Easter, and it was called She Loved. Someone once asked, if only you knew how short life would be, what would you do? What would they say when God called you home? What would they engrave once you were gone? I hope they would see what I've done in my life, who I've cared for, and how I survived. I hope they'd say, she loved. More than anything else, she loved. With all of her heart, she loved. Everyone she believed in, she loved. Oh, how she loved.
Sometimes family come up with a singing. How beautiful. We'll look along with us. You can. It's page 105.